Okay, so now we're playing the fun game where we try to get the full screen game to appear. Oh, there it goes. Okay, great. I have Twitch pulled up on my phone so that I can see chat. Make sure sound is coming through. Excellent. There's actually music to this game, and I can't hear it. There we go. Welcome to Unplayed Games, where I play through the games in my Steam library in alphabetical order. Today is the last game in the LA. After this, it's LE. But we have Later Daters, which is a game I got in the Love is in the Air Humble Bundle in February of 2023. It is a visual novel, presumably. Looking at the settings, this is the only settings we have. We can mute it. That's it. So, we're stuck in full screen, but, you know, we'll make it work. I will say this game is rated mature, so you've been warned. Let's start a new game. Welcome to the Ocean View Living Domicile for the Elderly. Before we can get you all moved in, please fill out the following forms. Looking forward to meeting you. Esther Katz, President and Founder. Choose your look. What do you look like? What is your name? How would you like to be addressed? Ooh, you could be a non-binary old person. So I guess this is the female, this is the male, and this is more androgynous, if you want to be, be super, what's it called? Rebellious and pick the female avatar, but I'm a mister. I guess I'll be Ms. Lori LaSalle, that's fine, I guess. Or maybe I can be Lori Letters. Yeah. Personalize! Tell us about you. I recently had my 80th birthday, developed vertigo, and took a bad fall. Such a classic seniors moment. I'm fine now, but my doctor insists that it's not safe for me to live alone in the country and recommended I move into a retirement community. So here I am. What does your companion look like? I can pick cat, dog, or robot. So clearly I'm gonna pick robot. And the robot's name is Fluffy. My husband Wendell and I were together 50 years. Oh, okay, you can choose your history. So it defaults to the husband, or a wife, or a spouse, a non-binary spouse, or being single. Never settled down with anyone for the long haul. Guess I was too busy pursuing the first love of my life, art. My wife Sophia died 5 years ago, just shy of our 50th anniversary. She was gutsy, independent, and gorgeous, still riding her motorcycle to the end. Husband Wendell and I were together 50 years. The only person who could criticize my art and make me laugh at the same time. I couldn't paint for months after he died. My spouse Leslie died 5 years ago. They and I were together for 45 years. Leslie was a beekeeper, and every time I have honey, I remember how only patient, easygoing Leslie could walk among thousands of bees and never get stung. We'll vote for beekeeping. Beekeeping is awesome. This is you. Is all your information correct? So, Ms. Lori Letters, Fluffy the Robot, and The Life with Leslie. Yes. So this is it, Fluffy, our new home. I'm never gonna stop laughing at that, just so you all know. Stares wide-eyed at the building. Beep boop! Not the whole building, just one tiny apartment inside the building. And there's no 40-acre field for you to play in. Sorry, buddy. Blinks sadly at you. I know, I miss our big house too, but you know what the doctor said. It's not good for your physical or mental health to live alone in the middle of nowhere at your age. So you can choose What a Load of Hogwash or I Was Pretty Lonely. So I'm going to say I was pretty lonely. Hello there, consults clipboard. You must be Lori. I'm Esther Katz, but you can call me Esty if you want to. I know some people can be more formal when they first arrive. I love an organized woman. Nice to meet you, Esther. I'm the president and founder of Ye Old Welcome Wagon. So welcome to the Ocean View Living Domicile for the Elderly. Oh, it spells old. Why Ye Old? I'm glad you asked. I've lived here 7 years. Can you believe it? It's longer than I expected. OLDE. Oh, it's short for Ocean View Living Domicile for the Elderly. Ha, ye old, that's funny. Management thought so. They'll be thrilled to hear somebody shares their sense of humor. Is she being sarcastic? She's being sarcastic. Strike one against me. It could be worse, like the Herschel Avi Dickstein Elder Suites. Hades. Wow, that's grim. My Max is there. He likes it fine. It's very Jewish. Who's Max? Not listening to your question. I like Ye Old. I don't need a bunch of kibitzers talking about my ex and I like we're in high school. Besides, I like to meet people from all over. That's why I started the Welcome Wagon. I guess Max is her ex. Max is your ex-husband? 47 years until he traded me for a younger model, and you know how that worked out. I do? I said, Maxie, I love you. I'll always love you, but you've had your turn. I'm going to Ye Old and you can go to Hades. And we'll see each other when God is ready for us to be together. Until then, well, I'm going to have my fun, if you know what I mean. You guys can say, oh, I know what you mean, or I like fun, count me in, or do you mean like playing bridge? Yes, lots of fun to be had at Ye Old. Bursts out of a taxicab carrying a suitcase. Hi, I'm Crystal. Sorry I'm late, what did I miss? Wow, her smile could light up a stadium. You haven't missed a thing, we're just getting acquainted. I'm Esther Katz, president and founder of Ye Old Welcome Wagon. A welcome wagon, what a great idea. It really is. So you are Ms. Crystal Meyer. She checks off Crystal's name. And this is Ms. Lori Letters. Hi, Lori, it's great to meet you. So it seems like my choices are largely be nice or be a jerk. Leans down to look at Fluffy. And who's this cutie? Nice to meet you. Holds out tiny robot hand and extends up to Crystal like a go-go gadget arm. That's my roommate, Fluffy. Aw. So now that you're all here, let's get you settled into your new home. All aboard the welcome wagon. I can be a jerk or be nice. I'm gonna be nice. Sure, follow me. Ye Old Retirement Community welcomes anyone over 65, regardless of race, religion, gender, or sexuality. As my grandchildren like to say, we are practicing inclusivity. That's great. Inclusivity is why I picked Ye Old. I want to be free to be myself, no judgment or jerks allowed. I used to have 40 acres of property that kept my home nice and jerk-proof. It's good to use to see eye to eye because you're next door neighbors. Again, be a jerk or be nice. Oh, that's nice. Hey, neighbor. Hands you a set of keys. Lori, the movers put all your belongings in your new apartment, but Crystal, no moving van has arrived yet for you. That's because there's not one coming. I've downsized. Oy vey to one suitcase. That's nuts. This is a retirement residence, not a backpacker's hostel. If you're a minimalist, I'm impressed. Honestly, yes. I'm not really a minimalist, at least I never used to be. But I wanted a fresh start, so I sold all my things and voila, here I am. I envy you. I didn't get rid of anything, and to be honest, I'm scared of what I'm going to find when I open my door. You need help unpacking, let me know. Wait, Crystal, you sold everything? What about your keepsakes? I have a few things in storage, and I gave some heirlooms to my daughter, but otherwise, all gone. Is there something else going on? Do you need me to show you where our counselor's office is? When Josh went through his second divorce, I found Nelson very helpful. No, everything is fantastic. Oh, look at the time. I'd love to stay and chat, but I need to measure my apartment and get that IKEA order in. Well, I certainly found that a bit strange, don't you agree? Do I? Is arriving with one suitcase strange? Well, Crystal is definitely hiding something with how she was reacting, so yeah. The last time someone arrived at Ye Old with just one suitcase, he turned out to be an unsavory criminal. Wow, really? What happened? He started the poker club. His name's Blair. I'd steer clear of him if I was you. Thanks for the heads up. But Crystal doesn't seem like a criminal. Maybe not. Could be something else. Relationship troubles, perhaps. So I think you should keep an eye on Crystal. Make sure she's alright. Sure. Keep an eye on her. That'd be very neighborly of you. And if you need anything, I'm just down the hall in apartment 101. Also, there's a big red button in your apartment, hidden in case of medical emergency. By the way, how's your vertigo? Again, be a jerk, be nice. Now the calcium deposits are out of my ear, I've been fine. Well, that's excellent. Still, at our age, it's good to have a red button. Welcome to Ye Old. Ye Old, which is either a friendly community where everyone looks out for each other, or a building of busybodies sticking their noses into everyone's business. But at least now I have people to check in and make sure I'm not dead. The doc will be so thrilled. Well, Fluffy, ready to see our apartment? Hooray! That's the spirit. So, Fluffy, if you were wondering if a house full of stuff would fit into a one-bedroom apartment, the answer is no. I can't see the floor for the boxes. Right, you think boxes are fun. Beep boop! Jumps onto another box. At least one of us likes the new digs. The entire apartment is the size of my old bedroom. Hear a phone ring. Sound is coming through the wall from Crystal's apartment. Hello? A teeny apartment with walls as thin as paper. Though the upside is, if I take another fall, Crystal will hear it. I can't talk to you. No, I won't do that. Just leave me alone. You'll make it worse. I have to go. No, don't come here. Troubling phone call. This is probably the kind of thing Esther wants me to tell her about. I shouldn't jump to conclusions like Esther. Knock the door makes you jump. Visitor already. I hope they're bringing welcome food. Opens compartment in belly and pulls out a fork and knife. Thanks, Fluffy. Especially since I have no idea what box the kitchen stuff is in. You open the door and Crystal bustles in. Crystal! I'm here to help you unpack. Thanks, I could use the help. Wow, you really do have a lot of boxes. Yeah, it's a bit overwhelming. It's a good thing I came over, right, Fluffy? Puts utensils back into the compartment and pulls out a box cutter instead. Hands it to Crystal. I'll take that as a yes. Takes box cutter from Fluffy. Opens the nearest box and pulls out a landscape painting of an old farmhouse. So, let me say right away. This is the only time I've seen a visual novel where instead of having description, instead has stage direction in the brackets there. It makes it feel dumb. When I'm reading a visual novel, I want to read a novel, not necessarily a script. It could be personal preference. Ooh, you're an art aficionado. Actually, I'm the artist. Really? That's amazing. Oh my gosh, in the bottom corner, that's Fluffy chasing a butterfly. Was this your house? Yes, I miss it so much. I inherited it from my grandparents. It was the first home I ever had with enough room for a dedicated space for my artist studio. Sounds lovely. It was. Fluffy loved it too. Their favorite pastime was chasing butterflies in the garden, and rewiring the old knob and tube throughout the house. Handy little guy. Very. Was it just you and Fluffy in that big old house? How much should I share? Did I tell her about Leslie? Sure, I'm here to connect the people after all. No, not just me and the robot. My partner Leslie lived there too. It was a bit of an adjustment for them moving from the city to the country, but the upside was they finally got to live their dream of becoming a beekeeper. Leslie always said the buzz coming from the field behind our house was the most soothing sound in the world. Wasn't Leslie worried the bees would sting? Never. Leslie just had a way with Earth's creatures. They probably could have tamed scorpions if they put their mind to it. Scorpion trainer, that'd be a terrifying job. Not as terrifying as explaining gender-neutral pronouns to our new neighbors. I can imagine. I lived most of my life in a small town, too. Sounds like you and Leslie had a wonderful life in that beautiful old house. We did. We really did. But Leslie passed away 5 years ago, and since then it's been just me and Fluffy. Is that why you moved to Ye Old? Not to pry, but I'm a widow, too, and I just couldn't bear being in my house all alone. Well, the real reason I moved. Why not be honest? My doctor strongly suggested I move after I took a fall. You okay? I am now. Once we got rid of the calcium deposits in my ear, the vertigo went away, and my back is healed. But it was scary. If the UPS guy hadn't come to that day, I might have wasted away on my kitchen floor. Saved by the delivery man. Was he cute at least? I don't know, the world was spinning. So what's your story? I'll tell you at some point, but not right now. I need a little time. Sure, okay. Though if Esther has her way, we'll all find out Crystal's story soon enough. Time passed. I can see the floor! It looks just like mine. They could have called this place Generic Geriatric Apartments. But GGA is an awful acronym. Sounds like someone choking. Gah! Or Fluffy in vacuum mode when they suck up a tissue and it gets stuck in their air filter. Cuts you side eye as if to say, stop laughing at me. Pulls out phone, silences it, and stuffs it back in her pocket. Hey, do you want to get coffee? Esther said there's always coffee and tea service in the dining hall. A free coffee is good coffee, or tea service? How fancy. Let's do fancy tea service. Haroon strides into apartment, sees you, and jumps, startled. Who were you? I'm Lori. Who are you? What did you do with all my things? The place was empty when I moved in. But this is my apartment. Haroon, there you are, says Salima. Stay back, Salima. These strangers could be dangerous. Slowly sets the box cutter on a chair. We're not dangerous, honest. Shoots you and Crystal, pleading smile. Haroon, these are the cleaners. They'll be finished soon. Playing along. Right, we're just cleaning. Oh, okay. Smiles gratefully at you. Let's leave them to their work and go for a stroll. I'm always up for a stroll with my beautiful wife. What was all that about? I'm not sure, but I don't think Haroon is well. Hope they'll be okay. Oh, please don't mention any of this to the staff or Esther. Especially Esther. They get overly concerned and really, we're fine. So, he just got mixed up of which room was his. No big deal. Suddenly dashes out the open door. Fluffy, no! Oh no, I'm so sorry. It's okay, Fluffy won't get far. Crystal runs down the hall after your robot. Wait, slow down or you'll spook them. You chase Crystal round the bend and see... Sits in front of door looking calm. That's a good robot. Don't move. Thanks, Crystal, but... Can you block Fluffy's escape and I'll reach for them slowly? Cocks head at music drifting out a slightly ajar door. Love is strange, but so am I. I hold your hand, I feel like I can fly. I love this song. Scampers through the door toward the music. A robot on the move. To the groove. Dances after Fluffy. I had no idea Fluffy was a classic rock fan. Follow Fluffy and Crystal inside and carefully shut the door behind you. Sits behind the man singing and playing the piano. You have uncovered my secret identity. It's super love, super love, super love, super love. Come on, baby, hold me captive. Give me a love that's radioactive. Faster than the speed of light, I want to be with you tonight. You build me up, you break me right. Baby, you're my kryptonite. Super love, super love. Encore! I've got this room for the next hour. Oh my gosh. If you're looking for Blair, his poker game starts after I leave and not a second earlier. You are Jax Argo. I'm a huge fan. Me too. Wow, rockstar Jax Argo lives here. This is a dream come true. Can I have your autograph? I can't resist adoring fans. Oh my gosh, I'm Crystal and this is Lori. We just moved in today. I saw you perform in 83, 86, and 91. Best concerts of my life. Those were some good years. Oh no, I don't have a pen or paper for your autograph. I live in apartment 107. Come by and get an autograph anytime. That's so nice of you. We're right around the corner. I'm in 108, Lori's in 109. I feel like the point is to interact with people, so come by anytime. Oh, hello, Crystal and Lori. I see you've met Jax. Hope they're not bothering you. Broken door lock is on the agenda for the next board meeting, but I'm afraid I can't do much before then. It's cool, Esther. So did any of you see Salima this afternoon? She was booked after me to get her nails done at the salon. She never arrived. Missy ended up giving her slot to Edna. Salima with a grown-out manicure. I am shocked. This from Mr. I don't shave for a week because I'm a bad boy rock musician. Touché. But no, Salima hasn't been in here. Looks at you as if to say, what do we tell her? Yes, we met earlier. Oh good, where was she? She came to get her husband out of my apartment. Haroon thought he lived there. Maybe he just meant he forgot something? Only he accused me of breaking in. Oi, Haroon is a very sweet man, but I think he's starting to show his age. Esther, they don't need to hear all this. I just wanted to say that, oh yeah, we ran into her. She was with her husband. I didn't know that I was gonna be like, those jerks broke into my apartment. Did Selima say where they were going? I don't know. Crystal and I ran out to catch Fluffy, and we found Fluffy here. Not again. As you can see, open doors are Fluffy's weakness. I'll tell the other residents to be on the lookout for a runaway robot. I'd appreciate that. Look, Fluffy's heading back to your apartment. Good eyes, Crystal. We almost got him. Don't worry, it's a dead end. You need to take that call? It's just a telemarketer. Seriously, Fluffy can open doors now? Hope that door doesn't lead outside. Making me feel like Alice in Wonderland, popping through doors and appearing in strange rooms. A greenhouse isn't strange, it's one of Yeol's many amenities. You sound like Esther. Maybe I should join Ye Old Welcome Wagon Committee. Really are excited about moving here. Sure, aren't you excited? Maybe I'll be excited once I find my robot. Fluffy, you tricky escape artist. Yawns, presses energy save button. Fluffy's lights dim. Finally, tire themselves out. Namaste. Gracefully rises from a yoga mat despite walking cast on her foot. Hi, I'm Mariana. I can say, wow, Mariana is gorgeous. Oh no, an old hippie. Or I should do more yoga. I'm gonna say I should do more yoga. Hi, I'm Crystal, and I'm Lori. We just moved in. Are you two a couple? Nope, we just met today. We're neighbors, apartments 108 and 109. Of course, there were 2 units available this month. Everyone's really gonna miss Fran and Edwin, but we all have to go when it's our time. Oh gosh, am I sleeping where someone just died? Fran is better off in the assisted living wing of the building, and Edwin moved to the Herschel Avi Dickstein Elder Suites to be with his girlfriend. Nobody died. Phew! Oh, someone has died in your apartment, just not Fran or Edwin. So friendly ghost or unfriendly? I suppose that depends on how you treat them. Them? There are multiple ghosts in my apartment? I have no idea. I just didn't want to assume the ghost's gender identity. Come on, you gloomy gusses. No more talking about death. You know, I looked into living at Dickstein Elder Suites, but they didn't have such a big, beautiful greenhouse. I know, isn't it heavenly? My favorites are the daisies. Reminds me of making daisy chains with my husband during the summer of love. And the cactus. Just like the ones I saw on a trip to Mexico with my late wife. You were married to a man and a woman? Not at the same time, but yes. Sounds like you were lucky in love. It's a great way to look at it, and I agree. I was lucky to be married twice. Some people don't ever find love. Maybe I should ask Mariana about love the second time around. I need advice on how to start dating again at my age. How'd you find love twice? Any advice for someone who might be looking? My advice is to keep an open mind and go at your own pace. My own pace? My current pace is 0, which isn't even a pace. It's the opposite of a pace. It's a rut. You're spinning your wheels in a rut. I love word games. Me too, but Laura, you moved in here, so that's a movement of some kind. Maybe being at Ye Old will get you out of your rut. Were you in a long-term relationship recently? It's getting personal. To share or not to share? Yes, Leslie passed away 5 years ago. My wife Kim passed away last year. I lost my love last year too, cancer. I'm so sorry. Well, death is part of old age. Doesn't make it any easier, and that's what I meant by going at your own pace. Losing a spouse is hard. Sometimes we rush into new relationships before we've dealt with our grief. And dealing with grief doesn't mean it goes away completely. I'm learning to accept that part of me will always be grieving Kim, but I still want to make room in my heart for other people. And if you are ready to do that too, I've been thinking of organizing a singles mixer. Fun. I would be interested in attending. Wonderful. Wonder if Mariana is into dating me. Okay, thanks. Guess I'll get out there and meet people. That was Fluffy's plan all along. Of course, because Fluffy is very concerned about my love life. Oh look, mint and chamomile. Now I'm craving tea. I also grow rose hips, passion flower, and lemon balm for my homemade tea. Come over any time for a cup or two. I'm in apartment 106. What a generous invitation, thank you. Whoa, is that plant marijuana? Oh yes, that would make good tea too, but it's not mine. Oh, hi Albert, meet our new neighbors, Lori and Crystal. I guess we got our mature rating. Pleasure to meet you. And this is Gabby. Gabby, you're so snazzy. Polite and handsome, I like Albert already. That's a big parrot. Actually, she's a cockatoo. She's very pretty. Pretty birdie, pretty birdie. Lori, have you found your robot? Esther told us to keep an eye out for them. Oh yes, Fluffy is taking a nap right there. Motioned to a wicker chair where Fluffy sleeps. Beep boop, do the robot, do the robot. Wakes up startled and sees Gabby looking down on them. Freaks out, and then jumps over the marijuana plant and through the open window. No, Fluffy is up the escape game to include windows. Points to the door that leads outside. Go that way. You should be able to catch them in the courtyard. Yeah, so, Fluffy is keeping the conversations artificially short so that we can meet all the residents. Bounds right into the path of a man walking while shuffling a deck of cards. Look out, robot! Does not look out and collides with Blair. Oh, look out, robot! Does not look out and collides with Blair's feet. Shit! Mess detected. Initiating cleanup. Zoop! A pointy garbage picker tool extends from his arm. Don't stab the cards! Gentle setting, Fluffy. The pointy tool retracts, and out comes a grabby tool. Sorry, Fluffy's excitable. This is my lucky day. If I lose these cards, I'm in for a downsizing. A downswing. Oh, are you Blair, the guy who runs the poker games? The one and only. You two looking to buy in? Maybe if the stakes aren't too high. What's the buy-in? Depends on the game. Sometimes we roll high, sometimes low. I'd like to shake it up and keep things interesting. So you play for money. Not always. Sometimes we play for DVDs, or cupcakes, or knit scarves. Grabs a card and squashes it. Quickly takes the card from Fluffy and tries to flatten it back into shape. Anything of value can go in the pot. You had me at cupcakes. I've never gambled with baked goodies, but it just so happens I'm an excellent baker. Sweet. So this is Blair. He's not as bad as Esther made him sound. He's definitely trouble. Better keep my distance, or I can't help being attracted to trouble. Okay, so he's like the bad boy. But I'll say he's not as... I'm just being very neutral. I feel like I'm not having enough to make impressions of these people. You grab a tool, snatch a bunch of cards, but then squashes cards in a tool over and over. Crunch, squash, rip. Quit it, you talking shopping cart. Fluffy, we're cleaning up, not wrecking stuff. Drops ruined cards in a nearby trash can. Mess eradicated. Area clean. This is why I don't trust robots. Well, there goes my winning streak. You, what's your name? Lori? You'll have to make this up to me, Lori. I'll just buy you a new deck of cards. If only were that easy. See, this deck here was irreplaceable. I can see why. These cards have marks on the backs. Like for cheating? Nah, those are just coffee stains. Right, coffee stains that have a pattern to them. You have quite the imagination. Some people see symbols in anything. If that's so, why is the deck irreplaceable? Sentimental value. As sentimental as my left sock. With Crystal, I don't trust the guy. Dining room is all yours, Blair. Oh, good, you found Fluffy. Oh, there's the cutie, safe and sound. Alert, squirrel! Whirls away, hot on the trail of the squirrel. Damn it, have to turn off that setting. Runs around the corner of the building. Fluffy, Fluffy! Fluffy! Who's Fluffy? Turn to see Haroon and Salema. They're my robot. You haven't seen a robot out here. But they couldn't have gotten far. The other residents caught up to you. Little Scamp's battery will conk out eventually, right? In the distance. Beep boop! Over there! Ow. Aw. Is it your vertigo? No, I just tripped. Yep, there's the culprit. I told management that needed to be fixed. Try to give up, but your ankle gives out and you fall back down. Probably just a sprain. We should get you to the nurse. But Fluffy... We'll keep looking for them. Okay, thanks. So much for my doctor's advice. He said a retirement community would be better for my mental and physical health. Yeah, right. It's only my first day and I'm in a wheelchair. It's just a sprained ankle, but you should stay off your feet for the rest of the afternoon. And use the wheelchair footrest to keep your ankle elevated. We'll make sure Lori does that. Thanks, Patricia. Foot up. Good. Here we go. Push your wheelchair out of the infirmary. I'm in a wheelchair and Fluffy is missing. What a terrible day. Well, would you look at that? What? Oh. Everybody's looking for Fluffy. Hey, little robot, want to rip up some more cards? Come and get them. Fluffy really likes these cushions. Spread them around and see if they'll come lie down on one. Fluffy loves your singing, Jax. Maybe they'll come to the sound of your beautiful voice. Okay, worth a shot. Oh, Fluffy, come back home. Wow, they're all trying to coax Fluffy back here. That's sweet. Beep boop. Rolls up to Jax, then scoots over to Blair. Finally spins over to a cushion and claps onto it. Fluffy, you came back. Beep boop. Races over to you and jumps in your lap in the wheelchair. Wow, thanks everyone. Glad we could help. No problem, but you still owe me for the cards. No more lucky deck, eh, Blair? Finally, someone else will have a chance to win at poker. I knew those cards were marked. As I said, Lori, Ye Old is a close community. We are all here for you. Maybe communal living isn't so bad. Okay, Fluffy, I've elevated and iced my ankle all afternoon. Let's see how it feels now. Beep boop. Don't worry, I'll use the cane Mariana let me. Pick up the cane and take a couple gentle steps. Yay, I can walk! Well, Fluffy, now that I'm back on my feet, might as well keep unpacking. I know they're around here somewhere. Open a box inside are multiple pairs of crocheted slippers. Nope, not that one. Framed photos, my life in a box. Let's take a trip down memory lane. Look, Fluffy, it's me and Leslie on our first anniversary. I'm gonna hang this right beside the picture of our house. Aww. Look how young we are! Beep boop. Right, back to the task at hand. Where are they? I knew I should have labeled these boxes. Finally! My fuel! And your fuel! Zooming all over Yield really drained you, huh, Fluffy? Well, we sure met a lot of people today, like Jax Argo. Can we believe we met Jax Argo in person? So incredible he lives here, and he said I could come by for an autograph. Maybe I should do that now. There's still a couple of hours before bedtime. I have a time for a visit before calling it a day. Beep boop. Right, Fluffy. It would be nice to bring these to Esther to thank her for welcoming us to Ye Old. Plus, I want to get to know her better. Crystal was super helpful too. Still be sitting in boxes. Still, that phone call she got sounded tense. Maybe I should do what Esther suggests and check out Crystal. Just bring her cookies as a thank you. Mind my own business. But Albert also earned gratitude cookies for helping me with that nurse and pushing me in that wheelchair. He's such a sweet man. There's Blair. I owe him, but I have no idea what or when or how he plans to collect. Better to find out now than wait for the other shoe to drop. Topical Marina also sounds nice. They asked more about the dating scene. What do you think? Who should I visit tonight? Alright. Seems like this is the first major choice. Superbase says these aren't daters. Correct. This is later daters. Did I typo the title? No, I did not. Yeah, this is a visual novel dating sim. Oh, you're just being funny. Got it. Yeah. Dude, I've only been playing this for half an hour. It feels like forever. Okay, who do we want to go visit? I'll just go visit my neighbor. I'm kind of worried about her. Tin of cookies in hand, knock on Crystal's door. Those cookies for me? Yes. A little thank you for helping me today. Thank you, I love baked goods and I was happy to help. Happy you helped. Seriously, I brought way too much stuff with me. Well, I might have brought too little. I'd invite you in, but we'd have to sit on the floor. My new furniture won't get here till tomorrow. So, your place? Sure, I'll make tea too. Well, if it isn't my favorite escape artist. Beep boop. By the way, Lori, this place looks great. Very cozy. That's one way to put it, but truth be told, it still doesn't feel like home. Well, it's only your first day. Give it time. Myself, I love it here already. There's so many interesting people in this building. Can't wait to get to know them all better. Anyone in particular? Obviously, Jax Argo. Says Dater is very similar to Gator, but are you having fun? I don't know. This is not like my style of visual novel. I was saying earlier, I don't like that it's like scripty rather than having actual description. How lucky are we that a rock star is our neighbor? Very lucky. I wonder if any of his famous friends will come visit. Ooh, that'd be amazing. So what do you want? Who do you want to get to know better? No, wait, that question's too vague. Who do you think's the nicest? Salima or Albert? Both are nice, but Albert was nicer to me. He kindly pushed me around in a wheelchair all afternoon, and he never took the corners too fast. Proper wheelchair cornering speed is a crucial skill. My turn. Who do you think stirs up the most trouble here, Blair or Esther? Definitely Blair. That man's clearly a hustler. But Esther butts her nose in everyone's business. What makes you say that? Sure, let's stir the pot. She did? Why? She thinks you arriving with just one suitcase is suspicious behavior. You don't say. Now I regret not tap dancing out of the cab while praising the spaghetti monster. That would have given Esther something fun to gossip about. Can you still do that? I want to see you tap dance with the colander on your head. As soon as my new colander arrives, I will do it. Unless you're going to report my suspicious behavior to Esther. Only if your suspicious behavior poses a threat. There are no sharp edges on my colander, promise. I hope this place isn't full of gossipy busybodies. Me too. Now, who's the friendliest person we met today? I was going to say Esther or Mariana, but now I think Esther is disqualified. Nosiness doesn't cancel out friendliness, or Mariana for the friendly win. I agree. Mariana seems more genuine, like her friendliness is real, and she's not secretly judging everyone. You think Esther's judgmental? Well, maybe, but I shouldn't say that. Now I'm being judgmental. I barely know the woman. I get it, though. Sometimes you get a good vibe from someone, and sometimes you don't. Listen to your gut. Wise words, O bringer of cookies. Speaking of gut reactions, mine was right about you. We have become fast friends. My first old friend. Does this mean I have to tell you all my secrets? Only if you want to. I don't really have any secrets, just things you don't know about me yet. Same. But after 80 years on this earth, that list is pretty long. Why don't you start with the important stuff? Okay, by the time I was 30, I had had 27 jobs in 12 years. What? How? Why? I'm an artist, and in the early years, I paid the bills by doing a lot of odd jobs. Like what? Still life model. You mean you sat naked on a stool so people could draw you? I think that's pretty common for artists. It's nice that this game exists because it's very humanizing of a group of people who don't usually get the attention they need. Unfortunately, the reason it doesn't get much attention is it's kind of boring. Yep. Oh my gosh, what was that like? Cold. Haha. What about you? Where did you work? I was a traveling sales rep. What did you sell? Typewriters and word processors. I loved my old Hermes 3000. That was a beautiful machine. Was it hard being on the road so much? Sometimes I missed my family, especially my wife, but I liked having time alone for myself. Oh, so she is gay. A little peace and quiet and self-reflection. Exactly. A lot of self-reflection. I needed it. You know, I never met a woman who was a traveling sales rep. You must have been a trailblazer. Wasn't quite like that. What was it like? Well, all that self-reflection was me pondering my gender identity. I'm a woman, but back then no one knew. My clients saw me as a man. It was a long journey to get to where I am now, living openly as a woman. That must have been a difficult journey. Heavenly Spaghetti Monster, please help me say the right thing to my new friend. Could say, tell me about your wife. You are a trailblazer after all. How did you know you weren't a man? Look, she just said she's trans. I feel like there isn't much more to it than that. Just say, tell me about your wife. I met Astrid when I was just 16 years old. She was the most beautiful, kind soul I ever met. Knew right away I wanted to marry her, and soon after we finished school, we did. Aww. I loved Astrid so much that I thought I'd stop questioning my identity. After all, clearly I was meant to be this amazing woman's husband. It should have been enough, but it wasn't. On work trips in the privacy of my hotel room, I'd dress in women's clothing and feel wholly me. I wished so hard that I felt like that at home with the love of my life, but I couldn't. And then Astrid found women's clothes packed in my suitcase. Uh-oh. She thought I was having an affair. When I told her the truth, I expected her to leave me. But Astrid said she loved me no matter what. We stayed together and were married for 52 years. Aww! What a wonderful love story! Well, it wasn't as easy as I make it sound now. Coming out as a trans woman in the 80s would have separated our family. How so? Because medical organizations and the law required that a married person get divorced before transitioning. Oh, damn. And Astrid and I did not want to get divorced, so in the privacy of our home, when it was just the two of us, Astrid and I lived as two married women. When we got older and the laws changed, we made plans to come out to our family and friends, but then Astrid got cancer. Oh, Crystal, I'm so sorry. But that's life. Things didn't turn out perfect, but we made the best of it and loved each other to the very end. Sounds like someone's calling you again. It's nothing that can't wait till I finish my tea and cookies. To tea and cookies! And new friends! Cheers. Well, we just learned more about our neighbor. That was nice having Crystal over. It kind of made this place feel like home. Still miss our house, but if home is where the heart is, well, I have you and some potential new friends, so maybe this place isn't so bad. I don't know, Lise. But I need some earplugs. I'm worried about what he'll do. But I have to show up. If I don't, what if he comes here? What if who comes here? I knew Crystal was annoyed with whoever kept calling her, but now she sounds scared, too. Is this mysterious caller dangerous? I feel safe here so far, but okay, I will. Love you too, good night. First thing tomorrow, I'm going to Ask Crystal what's going on. After all, everybody in Ye Old looks out for each other, though maybe I shouldn't read so much into Crystal's phone calls. Could just be a harmless disagreement, yet I'm reacting like it's an episode of Murder, She Wrote. Relax, Lori, get some sleep figured out in the morning. Okay. One of the groups that you are Super Bass says, one of the groups I'm in has a member we basically call Grandma, who is a 55 plus male to female trans. Very plausibly the baddest woman I've ever met. You don't cross her or any of the people she cares for. Aww. I feel like this song is a little bit mean. So it looks like this is we're one tenth through. Episode 2, join the club. On your second day at Ye Old, it's time to join a social club. Will you choose based on the activity or who's in the club? After all, this is your chance to get close to a potentially special someone or multiple someones. Well, I guess you can choose to be non-monogamous. Good morning, Lori. Thanks, Fluffy. What? This is just hot water. I forgot to buy coffee, but the upside to community living is having neighbors who may have coffee. Also, they serve coffee all the time. We learned that earlier. What? Absolutely not. I can't believe you'd... And the downside of community living is there's not much privacy, though Esther would consider that a benefit too. I bet you want to know all about this. Bruno is gone, and he's not coming back. Or maybe I should go see if Crystal's okay. What should I do? I'm gonna stay out of Crystal's business. I am thinking, with the context that I now know, Bruno is probably the dead name, and probably surviving family members are upset at her transition. Wise decision, Lori. Mind your own business and go to the dining hall for coffee. Why do we have to set up pickleball so early? You turn to see Marina, Blair, and Jax pushing a dolly piled high with sports equipment. It's not early, it's 8 o'clock. You watch them struggle to push the dolly through the door. This baby ain't gonna fit. That's what she said. Or I could hang out with Mariana, Blair, and Jax. I'm hungry. Gonna go to the dining hall. There's Esther seated at a table drinking coffee and eating pancakes. And there's Crystal walking away from the coffee machine, a full mug in hand. Time to... ask Crystal if she's okay. Morning, Crystal. How's the coffee? Oh, it's fine. Fine? Where's that Crystal enthusiasm I've come to know in the last 24 hours? Those calls must really be upsetting her. Crystal, I couldn't help but overhear bits of your phone calls last night and this morning. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not used to having neighbors on the other side of the wall. Hope I didn't wake you. No, that's not it. It's just you sounded upset on the phone and I wanted to ask if you're okay. Is it family? When Josh went through his divorce, he called me constantly. Thank you for your concern, both of you, but I'm fine. You didn't sound fine this morning. How do you know? I overheard while walking down the hall. I know I wasn't talking that loud. You weren't, so I leaned into your door to hear better. But can you blame me after you arrived with just one suitcase? Yes, I can. You had no right to spy on me. Crystal's right. We shouldn't spy on each other. I wasn't spying. I was keeping an eye out for you because I want to be a good neighbor. Good neighbors don't stick their noses in where they don't belong. But if you're in trouble, I'm fine. But if you weren't, maybe we could help. I appreciate the offer, Lori, but honestly, I don't need help. It's just, my son Dale and I are arguing about the big family reunion. Thing is, my in-laws haven't met the new me yet. They haven't seen me since my transition. Astrid, my wife, and I had planned how we'd come out to her family, but before we could, she got sick, and now she's gone, and it's just me and my son going to the reunion. And Dale, well, he and I can't agree on how to do this. If you don't want to carpool, I suggest taking the train. Not how we're getting there, Esther, how I'm presenting. Dale wants me to go as Mr. Myers and not Mrs. Myers. Why would he want that? Dale thinks I'm going through a phase. He actually said this to me. Just go to the reunion as Dad, and if you still want to be a woman next year, go as Crystal. How disrespectful. A phase is putting a bourbon in your coffee after your divorce, not expressing your gender identity. Thanks, Esther. I appreciate that. I'm so glad we had this talk. Yeah, making you feel better has been so helpful. Now will you stop spying on me? Well, I can't promise I won't inadvertently overhear something again. Do I need to shout some kind of disclaimer before every conversation? I'm not in trouble. I'm simply discussing politics with my conservative relatives. Plug your ears. That would be helpful. I'll purchase some earplugs. And if you want to get involved in my life or get to know me better, join a club. I've joined all of them. That's wonderful, Crystal. I'll see you at pickleball and meditation. What about you, Lori? Have you joined any of ye old social clubs? No, but I'd love to join a club. Well, you must absolutely sign up. You'll be missing out if you don't join. Come on, I'll show you the sign-up sheet. As you can see, there are a plethora of options. Poetry club, pickleball club, card club, meditation club, horticultural club. Want to give me the rundown of all of them? Sure, that'd be helpful. I run Pickleball Club. It's the greatest court sport of our generation. We play on the court outside. Mariana and Blair, unfortunately, will be there too. That's a bonus. Salima and Haroon host the Poetry Club in their new apartment, bringing a little culture to ye old, and having a lyrical rock star Jax Argo in the club is a plus. Maybe I'm a poet and don't know it. Unlikely, but perhaps the members of the Poetry Club can help with that. And Mariana runs Meditation Club. That's always popular. Pretty much everyone in ye old attends. There's also a Horticultural Club. Albert leads that. Well, Albert's the only member. The club is kind of unofficial, but if you like gardening, Albert will be in the greenhouse this afternoon. I love gardening! And finally, as head of Social Engagement Committee, I'm obliged to inform you, Blair's Card Club meets this afternoon as well. But I can't in good conscience recommend joining it. Why not? I haven't been able to prove it yet, but I'm sure Blair's Card Club is a front for illegal gambling. So what can I put you down for? I'm going to join Horticultural Club. Excellent. And though it might not seem like it at first, typo, I assure you Albert appreciates help from fellow green thumbs. Hello, Albert, I'm here for Garden Club. Garden Club? Or Horticultural Club? Whatever you call it. Horticulture. Oh, Esther must still have it on the sign-up sheet. So, is this a club? It's really just me gardening. Calling it a club was Esther's idea. Esther seems to have a lot of ideas for ye old. Or how come Garden Club wasn't your idea? Gardening is often a solitary activity. Right, I guess it is. So it's always been just you in the club? No, Esther joined at first, but she doesn't have much of a green thumb. How bad was she? Did she kill her plants? No, but she kept telling me not to cut back my hydrangea out of season. I have no idea why that's bad. Esther prefers plants to look natural. I prefer to nurture nature's beauty with select pruning. So Esty has a rebellious side after all. With respect to plants, yes. What about Mariana? When I met her yesterday, she was gardening the greenhouse. Mariana joined the horticulture club, but she wanted to grow daisies. What's wrong with daisies? Daisies are a weed. Really? They look like a flower. A weed is any wild plant that grows where it is not wanted. Mariana's daisies would have spread and taken over the greenhouse. I couldn't have that. So what did you do? It was decided Mariana would stick to growing herbs for her tea, and I rescheduled Horticulture Club to take place at the same time as her meditation club. How devious! But aren't you lonely gardening by yourself? No, I've always gardened by myself. Where did you garden before ye old greenhouse? I took care of the entire grounds of the house I shared with my best friend Taylor. Did Taylor kick you out because you wouldn't let him garden too? He passed away. Oh, I'm so sorry. I lived with my partner Leslie. They passed away 5 years ago. After that, it was just me and Fluffy in that big old house. Same after Taylor passed, just me and Gabby. Gabby, you're so snazzy. Taylor taught her that. Aw, how long have you had Gabby? She was actually Taylor's. He was an a bird specialist. Ornithologist. A what? An expert on birds. He worked for the Conservation Authority. He got Gabby 47 years ago, 2 years before I moved in. You lived with Taylor for 45 years? 4 decades living together. That's longer than most marriages. Were you and Taylor, what do the kids call it nowadays? Life partners? I don't know what you mean. Accidentally snips off a flower. Curse you. Horticultural Club adjourns early today. Goodbye, Lori. Gabby, shoulder. Let's boogie, Birdie. Gabby, I've told you not to call me Birdie. I guess I shouldn't have asked. It's just 45 years is a long time to live with someone. So, Fluffy, an afternoon spent getting to know my neighbors turned out to be a lot of fun. I may like living here after all. You've got mail. Rolls under the door where papers have been slipped under it. I do, huh? Senior discount Sundays at the Duke's Whiskers. Free first haircut at ye old salon. To Lori from Albert. These are forget-me-not flower seeds in here. What a perfect housewarming gift. Oh, there's a handwritten note on the seed package. Don't plant yet. I will come and germinate the seeds for you. I wouldn't dare, Albert. Hear a siren approaching. Stops outside the ye old building. What's going on? Paramedics burst into a stretcher. You hold your breath as they pass the doors of the residents you know. Crystal, Esther, Albert, Mariana, Blair, Jax. People emerge from their apartments as the paramedics race into the dining hall. What's happening? Clearly someone has a medical emergency. Where's Blair? He's playing poker in the dining hall. Everyone turns to look at the dining hall door the paramedics just went through. Oh no, Blair! She runs to the dining hall and everyone else follows. Blair! I'm here, Mariana. Then who? Clear the way, please. Everyone steps back and the paramedics race with their patient on the stretcher. Oh no, it's John. What happened? He just keeled over. Heart attack, we think. But John seemed completely fine and healthy during the poker game. He sure did. And he had no pre-existing medical conditions on his file. As the sirens fade into the distance, everyone falls silent for a moment. Then, I'll notify John's next of kin. I'll contact the hospital. I'll clear his internet history. What? I hope you all do the same for me. We would. Everyone goes their separate ways, leaving you standing alone, shell-shocked. Lori? Yeah? That debt you owe me for ruining my lucky deck. Oh no, I thought he forgot about that. Don't worry about it, we're good. Really? Why? Because life's too short. Okay. So Tuesday went by much faster than Monday. We are about an hour in. So let's talk about the game for a second. It's fine. Like, I'm starting to get used to the style a little bit more. I would not pay $15 for Later Daters Premium. Like, that's a lot. Some people are saying that this is only half a game in the reviews. It's like season 1. It says, Later Daters did not actually let me date anybody. Also, using the pet as the main element driving the very sparse narrative I find quite poor, even a bit patronizing. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that person. You know, it's nice that they're trying something different. I'm not super sure if I care enough to continue. Like, it's fine, but I don't know if I care. It looks like later you can play like card mini games and stuff. Like I'm looking through the on Steam the little pictures and things. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm also just like I don't have a lot of patience today because I'm like kind of in some pain. So maybe I will just stop this one here and switch over to some magic because I think that might be more fun for me. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Um, Going to get a snack, switch over the laundry, and switch to magic. And so I'll be back in probably like 5 minutes to do all that. So yeah, that was Later Daters. I shall be your bee.